We are live. All right, so welcome to our podcast. You're here today with Ridge Lewis and
Khori Tally.
And we are here to answer some questions. So, question numero uno. Do you listen to podcasts, or have you ever recorded one?
I have never recorded a podcast. I've listened to maybe one podcast, which was the one we listened in class the other day, which was, it was a pretty cool experience, but other than that, just not really a podcast person. I kind of lose focus really quickly.
Mm-hmm. So. Fair enough. Have you ever studied theater history before? If so, what did you enjoy about it? What did you find challenging?
In terms of theater history, I studied a lot of Commedia dell'arte, just because it had a lot to do with what I was doing in high school, because we did a lot of tech work, but a lot of specifically design. And we also learned a lot about mask and how you don't need facial expressions to portray a certain emotion. And that was definitely challenging for an angsty teenager, because you're like, my only emotion is I'm cool, I'm dapper. Mm-hmm. So that's about it.
All right. What is a time period in history that you wish you knew more about?
I think I'd like to know more about Asian, West Asian theater, just because there's so many traditional aspects that I don't know about that we probably use today, that I'm just just because I haven't gone and listened to it or watched that type of theater or watched what they do, that I could be stemming off of them and not even know it. Mm-hmm. That's probably one that I probably want to rabbit hole into.
Mm-hmm. All right. And what does theater history have to do with you?
I think when it comes to theater, I'm the type of person that doesn't necessarily want to be perfect. I just want to be a student. And I think that's the main viewpoint that I have going into being a theater major. It's like, okay, I know I'm not going to be 100% on it with everything that I am going to learn, but at least I'm learning everything. Mm-hmm. I think that's a pretty open-minded way to go about it, because at least you're taking everything in, and even though you're not going to always succeed, you're going to always be finding something new to work on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to be a sponge of knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ridge, do you listen to podcasts, or have you ever recorded one?
Yes, I have listened to podcasts before. I listened to the Joe Rogan and the Alex Jones podcast just to know that I'm not insane.
Right.
And then I've also actually tried making a podcast before with my roommate, and it went interesting. We bought the equipment for recording and other stuff, but it kind of fell through when school got really busy, so we never had time to actually record.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever studied theater history before? If so, what did you enjoy about it, and what did you find challenging?
So yeah, I have studied theater history before. I've studied Shakespeare an ungodly amount of times. I respect where respect is due, but I am tired of having to read the same Romeo and Juliet monologue over and over and over. So I'd say that's the most challenging part, is I just get bored. And something that was there any other part of that question?
What did you enjoy about it?
What did I enjoy about it? I do enjoy learning about where where theater is originally from, and the different forms of it, and how performance isn't just for people standing up on a stage giving a performance. There was a class that I took where I learned about the Spanish Inquisition as a form of theater, because what they did is they dressed up the people that they were trying to make fun of and paraded them around.
Oh, okay. So it was like a sign of government almost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They use theater as a form of almost mockery.
Dope. That's interesting. What is a time period in history, theater or not, that you wish you knew more about?
I'd have to say I agree with you with Asian theater history, especially kabuki theater, because it has a lot of similarities to commedia in terms of a lot of it is done with masks representing caricatures. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'd say that.
What does theater history have to do with you?
Well, I want to do acting is a job, so
Right.
it's nice to know where it came from.
You know?
Not to make mistakes of the past.
Yep. Can't repeat. Is there anything else you?
I don't have any closing remarks. What about you?
I think I'm good. Thank you so much. Should I do another outro?
Why not?
Ridge is the Mountain Khori podcast show. Mwah.